Why are you smiling sheepishly?
My baby is looking for my attention.
So your baby and Daper now which one is mine?
Dapper, of course.
Let Monique hear you. Mm.
Oh, Dapper is my other baby. So good. So good to be back. What are you looking at?
Me?
Mhm.
I forgot to on the live. I wanted to say something very stupid.
Happy New Year, bitches.
Where's Daniel?
His family.
Doing what? How dare he cheat with his family? Hey! The man, you don't show.
How we doing? Happy New Year, boys.
Ah,
Happy New Year, Daper family.
happy.
All the guys are here, and we're gonna have a grooving time.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Nope.
can hear you.
One, I'm not gonna respond to me on the mad. In 2025, I'm gonna arrange on myself.
So we've done this. We've pranked someone before. I told them. I said when the guy joins the meeting, all of us will say we cannot hear him, and then the guy was there struggling with his headphones.
Where is Daniel now? Bring Daniel on.
Did he send request and I didn't accept?
He probably doesn't know how to
We'll
send
cut
requests.
the
Just bring
video
him
out.
on.
Okay, let me select go live with Dano.
He doesn't want to come.
I've
Hi,
sent him
Monique.
an invite.
Where you see Monique?
I thought you said your baby was somewhere around here.
Yeah, she did look for my attention. She wants to say hi to Dapper.
Yeah, let her come say hi to Dapper now. She wants to say hi to me, not Dapper. I made it run Dapper.
Come.
Oof.
Let me show you people her fancy nightwear. Ah.
Aww. You know, you see, I thought it was Monique that you were referring to.
I'll tell Joker may cut this clip out.
I was
This one
wondering
then go face
why
on
you
there.
did that.
Don't forget, we're gonna have this entire thing uploaded anyway.
He'll cut it out. Say hi.
Dano, join now. What's good? Why are you at the comment section firing up? Hi, Zaria.
She'll grab the phone.
Remember that year for Clubhouse where they go say, bring that person down. Baba, come up. Bring that person up. Clubhouse. Hi, man.
Gone.
That was good during COVID, man.
It's gone.
I mean, like, I don't know what honestly the guys that I'm not sure was that part of Mark Zuckerberg's thing, or it was just some guys that just come up with the idea.
Standalone app
So what was their mission actually? Because
to
that
do what they
would
do.
have been,
That's
and
true.
that's it.
The platform is dead now, right? Huh.
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe they did not have the right people to influence that platform because that platform was the shit during COVID.
Praise, have you noticed that Emmanuel has a new hairstyle?
He just came back from the captaincy thing now. That's
Or,
what happened
or
when.
I noticed that in behavior can't they change since he started to do bad boy hairstyle.
Is it
Behave like fuck boy.
is this bad boy hairstyle?
This bad boy
Yeah,
hairstyle now. What do
Eh,
you mean?
I don't
that's
know.
Hanga Nuku's hairstyle.
Ankanuku is bald. Is he not?
Is he bald?
No,
I don't know.
nope. It's this
Now
kind
you
of
make me
hairstyle.
want to Google him for nothing.
Ankanuko and JT Tom West, all those guys.
That
Meanwhile,
one is gone.
we're back. We're back. How was your holiday? Do you have any gist for us? How did you spend your Christmas into New Year?
Gist. Choke!
I'm sure.
Choke gist.
I just feel like praise will always have gist,
Gist
regardless of even if you
is
ask
there
the
now.
question.
Oh, my body in a channel. Call me channel TV, baby. Choke
Goodness
gist.
I mean, it
gracious me.
does. That's why we're here. We're here
Like
for the gist.
I couldn't even wait to have a bond with you guys. Like even if it wasn't
Aw.
here, like just one on one, like that was why I was just telling my wife, man, I miss Sydney. Not because I miss Sydney, but I just miss being with my guys because we've actually not come to Sydney during Christmas period. Aside from the time that I travel overseas, it's always in Sydney, and then it's always this big family breakfast that we have. Coming to your house, and then you guys will go with me to my in-laws' house, and then we'll just be moving around. But this time around was just a little bit different because we were just by ourselves. I think what we just did was just we travel, we bought a lot of food, came back home, and then we invited a few family, like two families, and then we cooked plenty food. So we had turkey, like the American kind of turkey Thanksgiving kind of thing. So that was what we had. And then we had fish that we grill. We cooked fried rice, we cooked jollof rice, and there was a lot of drinks. And then these guys came, we just have fun, we ate. But then again, it did not feel like me being with my guys. You know what I mean? But it was fun. It was just very, very good vibe, good fun. But it was different from just being with people that you've known for a while. With newer people, we still want to be careful, walking like on eggshells. So sort of things like that. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it. It was good. And I spent quality time with my kids and also spent quality time online just looking
I'm
what's
sure you
going on.
spent quality time online.
Yeah, I did,
You have to.
just looking what's going on in Lagos, Dirty December, just on Instagram, on Twitter, especially Twitter. Just seeing a lot of things and so many things going on. I'm just gonna reserve, some of those good parts to when
For
I'm
your
gonna be talking about,
segment.
yes, for my segment, yeah. But it was good. A lot of people had a lot of
Yes,
fun, and
segment.
I really liked it. There were some particular people that I was kind of just in their own story. Like my guy went to Nigeria, graphics, shout out to graphics. They were just
Graphics.
exploring. Yeah, he took his family to Akwa Ibom, and they were just having this much fun, like this enjoyment. Like you can tell that there was some rural happiness. Akwa Ibom is, I don't know,
Like real
Adams has not
happiness.
been there, but in is from Akwa Ibom, but I'm not sure how many times he's been to Akwa Ibom anyway. But Akwa Ibom is this place that it's just the serenity is just different. It's not chaotic like Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt. It's just very familiar. It's just like Canberra.
Is
You
it
So
know what I
you
mean? Just
promise?
very
you
Is
mean
chill.
to
it
say it's
It's
boring?
not boring. Like it's
is
not.
it promised land now?
It can be
It,
boring. It can be boring if you don't have the right people that you move with. But if you have the right people, and things were happening, they were doing a lot of Christmas celebration here and there. The state has organized Christmas village where people had like little kiosks. People were selling stuff. People were buying stuff. So they had that commerce center where people would just come and meet and do their threats. And then they had pop-ups, they brought in artists, they brought in someone like Timaya, all these big guys, they performed. So it was good. But the good part was someone like my friend's wife, Selena, coming from Australia, going there and experiencing the actual culture, not the kind of culture that she would have experienced in Lagos, like the actual hands-on culture, being very, very practical, being able to go and buy akara, being able to go and eat like proper Akwa Ibom food, Akwa Ibom food that's made by Akwa Ibom people, not Akwa Ibom. Sometimes you go to Lagos and they call that place Calabar Kitchen, and you go in there and it's the Yoruba and the Igbos and the Hausa that are cooking the food. It doesn't make sense. Calabar Kitchen is supposed to be cooked by Calabar people. So
no,
she experienced.
it's the ingredients. It's not the people
Nah,
cooking the
nah. I'm
food.
not.
It's
I'm not gonna
about
buy
the
that.
ingredients and
You
how you
cannot tell.
mix
You
the
cannot tell
ingredients
me
together.
that is a Chinese restaurant and I'm going there and Italian guys are the chefs. It doesn't make
I
sense to me. I
disagree.
want to be able to
I cook
taste Chinese food
Pasta.
cooked by a
Pasta, I
Chinese
say
man
pasta.
or a Chinese woman. That's the definition of Chinese food. It's the culture.
It's not the person, it's the ingredients.
To me, it's the ingredient plus who is cooking it.
Okay, so the person's sweat,
So
their essence will go into
what
the
I'm saying
food.
that she and her family enjoyed the actual Akwa Ibom experience, not the one that you read on paper or not the kind of one that you experience in Lagos, just on the ground. And I was watching their story, and that took me back because she went to somewhere that I was when I was like in primary school, secondary school, and there was some sort of emotions tied to that place. So when she went to that kind of place and then she put it on, she taped it and then she put it online, I'm like, wow, took me back, took me back. And that was good. Like that I really enjoyed. Until date, I can't wait for them to upload stuff because I'm always just gonna be there to watch.
That's cool. There's something always exciting about experiencing something through other people's eyes, like or from somebody else's perspective.
Mm.
For example, say your family member comes to visit you in Sydney and you're taking them around. You will now be looking at Sydney like a tourist.
Like a tourist. Yeah,
Yes,
like
you
a
now be
Yeah.
traveler.
going on those journeys with them. Like it's
Yes.
an
Mm.
enjoyable
Yeah,
experience.
Yeah.
Like
that's true.
yeah, like my sister came. I was taking her around doing things. I was like, Sydney's not so bad though. Like because I was going above and beyond to try and convince her that Sydney is a fantastic
Mm.
place, and I also ended up convincing myself that it's
Mm.
not bad. Emmanuel, how was your holiday?
Good.
What's good? Go into the details, my friend.
Oh God. What details? I think my holiday started with exactly what you said. Seeing Sydney through somebody else, with somebody like trying to show someone around gives you that tourist view of Sydney, and then it makes you appreciate the city more. I think mine was. I think the start of my holiday was. My mom is here, so I took her out on a Sunday. We both went into the city, and actually, it was very good. We went shopping, and then she was like asking questions, and I was feeling like this tour guide, you know, describing everything to her. And I think, yeah, I think there was something she said that actually made me think and say, wow, maybe we have it very good here. She said that she noticed that in Australia, like everywhere is spacious, people are quiet, and the people are slim, that there's no fat people in Australia. And I was like, because she's been to America most of her life,
Ah,
that's what she's comparing to.
Mm.
And then she's like, look, everyone is walking, shopping on their two legs. Nobody's really like taking cabs. I say, what do you mean?
was she in Bondi when she said this?
No, in the city.
I just want
In the
Okay.
city, everyone is
I just wanted to because she was in the city now and then she's meeting all those fit people.
everyone is trekking in the city. So, anyways, that was the first part of my holiday, and then I think second part was when we all now traveled. Yeah, that one. I think it was a mix of good, and then there was the boring part. The beginning of my holiday wasn't really entertaining for me. I think Adam's already done that before too, going on a cruise ship.
Mhm.
Yeah, so like my first 2 days on the ship was like, oh, let me go around and see what this thing looks like, and then in like one day I've already gone around the whole ship. Even though it's very
Mm.
big, right? I've already gone around and I've seen everything, and so I think the highlight of it was spending time with my mom, to be honest. So I haven't seen her in
Mm.
like what in like 5 years. So most of the day I just wake up, go for a walk with my mom, go to the gym, we chill, spent most of the holiday together, and then it was like after a while I now started to integrate to the people on the ship. And then for my mom, it was I noticed that there's something I actually noticed on that ship. I was telling my brother about it. When our parents come to visit here in Australia, mm, when they come to visit us, you notice that most of them they stay in the house to look after the kids, right? And then the only time they go out is when maybe we'd say, "Oh, let's take Daniel's mom to a restaurant," or "Let's praise," or all that kind of stuff. It's like they go to other Nigerians. So everywhere they go, it's, "Oh, let's show you Little Lagos restaurant. Let's show you this. Let's show you that." Maybe once in a while you take them to city, but you don't take them to Hillsong. You take them to African church.
Mm.
I now noticed that. So this was the first time my mom was in the mix, right? It's like the first time she's in the midst of just Australians and there's no Africans. The only Africans were me, my brother, and then maybe you run into somebody on the street. And it turns out that it now felt like she was traveling abroad for the first time.
Mm.
Yeah, it felt like she was traveling abroad for the first time. And then I started to think, and I was trying to reason it like, okay, so every other person's mom I've seen that come to visit in Australia, what did they really do? Apart from being around other Africans.
Yeah.
So I now realize that if you actually take these women out and just say, okay, go outside and just chill, they will not make any difference.
Mm.
So I was like, wow. So in the in the grand scheme of things, most people, when you bring your parents here, not all, but most, if you look at it closely, who is benefiting? Who is using who? Are they really experiencing Australia like you think? If they go out just twice, like what are they really doing to experience not just Australia, even if it's America, England, wherever you take them to? Are
I
they
think
really
our
experiencing?
parents are used to what they are used to. They don't. If you even take them to like a steak house, try to get them to have medium rare steak. They're like,
Hey,
no, what's this? They
wasting your
want
money.
what they know.
Yeah.
That's what you think,
Yeah.
right?
No. Ini, sorry to cut you,
Yeah.
right? Like when my parents came, my dad is 70, my mom is getting there, so these guys have been eating proper African food all their life, so there was their birthday, they both celebrated their birthday here. So I remember I took them to a restaurant and I just decided to give them that Australian food on
Mm.
the menu. It didn't really end well. It didn't end
Mm.
well. What was close to ending well was me giving them some sort of what food did they really eat? Like steak, for example, and it was well done, you know.
Africans, yeah.
Yes, well done steak, and that came with chips, you know, very super salty chips.
I was
So you need to understand that, why a lot of people would take their parents to African church when they are here is because that's what
no,
they
I
are
know.
used to.
So I'm not really talking
You
about
know,
the church part, but
African restaurant. For
but that's
us, African restaurant will be an experience for us, but it will be something that they are already used to already. You don't want to take your parents to I mean, the closest restaurant that they will go to and they will get that home feeling will be a Chinese restaurant to eat a Chinese fried
but
rice.
so
Other
Prince,
than
so
that,
hear my question now, right? Do you travel abroad to feel like you're in your country? Like, what's your purpose of traveling abroad?
see, okay, when we went to London, right? When had, I experienced London, but I felt like I was in a, like in a Lagos that has gone to Harvard. Because I tell you, on the bus, on the street, we were just hearing people speaking Yoruba a lot.
Okay,
That is in London, and then when we
so
went to Peckhams, it was crazy. It was
so
crazy in Peckhams,
so me,
you
the way
know.
I see it is it's like if you come to a country for the first time, I think the first thing you want to do is, oh, make I see what that club look like. Let me see what like all the things you like to do in your own country. You want to come and experience those things in this country and say, oh, let me see what that club looks like. Let me see what that if it's church you like, let me see what that church looks like. Let me see what that this looks like, that. You're trying to see those things from see what those things look like in this country. So that's how you experience the country, right? But I feel like when most African parents travel here, we're trying to recreate Africa for them. Instead of thinking, if I was 69 years old, what do 69-year-olds like to do? What's that version in Australia? Does it exist? Can I take them there? Not, dude, my mom was not eating a fancy. Like most of the food she's been eating in Nigeria, she was not eating them here, right? So
Well,
she doesn't really eat that much. But
yeah,
on the boat, she was eating very well.
you need to
She was
understand that your
eating
mom is different.
all the
No,
whatever,
no,
whatever they're eating.
you need to understand that your mom is very different. Your mom has been traveling before now. She's got that abroad experience. A lot of African parents that are here, they are probably their first or second time of traveling overseas. The first ever time will maybe they are going to Mecca or they are going to Jerusalem. The next other time is they are coming here to meet their parents or to meet their children. And why most of them are here is to even help out because most of them, their kids have got kids. You know what I mean? So they are not coming here to be having Australian experience. They're coming here to help while the kids are working. So the only ever time they will go out is on weekends, maybe going to like someone else's birthday, going to church. Monday to Friday, they will be at home helping. So now they're not here to have. They are obviously they will be having fun at home, cooking whatever at home,
I
bringing
wanted to
home whatever. But that's just how it is,
I wanted to ask
unfortunately.
one very stupid question now.
That's just. I
Wait,
mean, that's just how it is.
What are Africans doing with their money that their parents have to come and do childcare here?
It's not just Africans. Do you have an Indian friend? Is
Okay, okay. My question should be, how come Australians are not? Am I making sense?
no, keep going. You make sense
Like,
eventually.
how come? Like, I know that Australians used to go and help their kids maybe once in a while, right?
Hmm.
But like, it's not a thing for Australian parents to like leave their house and they go and looking after grandkids.
It is. It is.
No, but it's not.
No,
No,
no.
it's not. It's not
I
like
tell
that.
you. I tell you. At the end of this call, maybe you call to me and ask. We have friends. I've never seen dedicated grandparents like the one that we know in here. Our friends. They love their grandkids. They travel to every part of Australia to see their
No,
grandkids.
that's
They
different.
love
That's
it.
still
They love
that is still different.
they love it. You know, and that's just one. We don't know the other people. We don't know the other people that does the same thing. They love their grandkids, and okay, see Adams and Monique, for example, Adams' in-law. They
Yeah,
love
yeah, even
Zaria. They will
here,
do
sir.
any see. They will do anything for. They are not coming to see Adam. They're not coming to see Monique. They're just coming for
Literally,
Zaria.
they've
Literally.
come to help out. But meanwhile, how would you rate the boat experience, like boat cruise? I know this was your first time doing it. Is this something you recommend? What would you rate it as an overall
Overall,
leisurely experience?
overall, I would say boat cruise is the height. If you want to chill, that's the height of chilling. That's I don't know if there's maybe there will be more chilling after that too, but peak chilling is boat cruise in the sense that if you want to wind down and do nothing, go on a cruise, right? You literally do nothing. All you do is shower yourself and dress up. That's it. However, if you are going on a boat cruise as a single person or just you and your girlfriend, honestly, I would suggest you do something very, very short, it's 1 day or 2 days, and then you're done. Don't extend it because you don't want to be stuck. You cannot just come downstairs, go out and buy stuff, right? There's no streets, there's nothing. It's just you and the ocean. If you're with family, you have kids, perfect. You and the wife will chill, your kids will chill, and then there's heaps of things for you guys to do together as a family. As a group, very good also. You guys can chill, flex, bond, and then do whatever you like. Like it's a good bonding experience if you want to travel as a group of friends or something.
How about
So,
So it's
for
recommendable for big groups.
hmm?
for honeymoon? What would you
Honeymoon,
say? Mm.
no. Why don't you do honeymoon with crowded people on a crowded ship? I don't recommend it. I recommend it as, again, honeymoon is just you and your partner. I don't think you want to be on a boat. What if you don't like the boat or she gets seasick? But you're already stuck. You've paid this huge amount of money, but now your wife doesn't even enjoy the thing that you want to do.
Yeah, but if you are taking her to honeymoon in Paris, it's not just going to be you and your girl now. You obviously going to see a lot of people in Paris too. So what are you
No,
talking
but
about?
like if you're on a boat to Paris for honeymoon, that boat will take like 7 days or I don't know how many
No,
days to
because
get
I
to
know
Paris.
like honeymoon in a ship and honeymoon in Paris.
Which
It's not just
one?
it's just not you and your girl in Paris. You obviously going to be in the middle of
But
people.
if you're in Paris and you go to a restaurant you don't like, you can travel 20 kilometers to another place. You can change locations. On a boat, you are on that boat. You don't have options. It's what the boat has to offer that you accept.
Mm,
If you
mm.
don't like it, you don't like it. So it becomes a bad experience for you.
But then they have
Do you
different
get?
kind of restaurants now. They have Chinese,
Yeah,
Indian, Italian.
yeah, yeah. It doesn't change the fact that you're stuck on a boat. If your wife wants to do something else, women can want to do something else, and once they just have that bad feeling about something, they don't like it. How do you change their mind to, oh, this thing? It becomes headache for you. Do you really want that? Don't you want to do honeymoon in an open place where you can travel? If you don't like one place, to go to another place. So I feel like that would be a bad idea. Again, except if you and that person have done it before, then you now say, oh, but there's this other cruise. We've not gone on this particular ship. I heard he has X, Y, Z. Let's try it. Then fine. But as first experience, you go and surprise her and say honeymoon on a cruise. Wow. If she gets seasick, what do you do? So I don't. Yeah, I think cruise. If you want to do it, do a 3 day cruise or 2 day cruise. Test it first and see how you feel about it. I see cruise as being in a new country for the first time. That experience of
Mm.
just everything is like new, or you just wake up in prison. Because at some point it started feeling like prison to me. You wake up in the
You
morning, all of you meet in
feel
the
trapped,
elevator. Yeah, everybody's
and
going to the same floor in the morning.
like you
Yeah,
said, by the
you cannot
second
even
day
do
you'd have
anything.
done everything.
I swear to God, like
Yeah,
would be very, very boring for me. And then
Yeah.
there's no internet. You want to make call, you're pairing. You're like you're because when he was calling me, he would complain that he was paying through his nose. That
yeah,
wasn't cheap too,
yeah.
How much
It
do
was
they charge you for internet?
they charged
I think.
$28 per day. That was like
Yeah.
$50 AUD per day.
was even fast.
It's fast. It was fast, just expensive.
It's
And
Starlink they use as well.
uh,
Interesting.
Mm,
Yeah,
are you
There is
kidding me?
Starlink, yeah.
it's Starlink
Oh, nice. Oh,
they
that's
use on the
cool.
ship. I paid for internet as well. But I paid for one device.
Mm,
So I was switching between my laptop and my phone.
Mm.
crazy. But overall, I'll give
Okay,
it
your
a.
laptop just because of work, yeah.
Work, yeah.
Mm.
You're working.
Yes.
God,
Don't allow it. Don't allow it.
like
So
yeah.
yeah. So basically I just wanted to see what you thought about, the boat experience. I would recommend it as a one-off experience for anybody that wants to try that kind of thing. But I would recommend that you do it in a large group. It's not for one or two small people. If it's a group, different family group, like say all of us now are families, come together, like 5 families, we're now going on a boat cruise, then yes, that's
Uh-huh.
fantastic. We will have ourselves as a big crowd. We engage. When we're tired, everybody goes back to their space. You can now spread out and do different things. There's a lot of engagement for children.
Mm.
Children would love it. Young kids, they'll just be running
Mm.
around. It's a whole new world.
It's
It's like
perfectly made for
Atlantis.
them.
Yes,
Mm.
it's actually made for them. So that's where I think it's ideal.
Mm.
Personally, I would rather go and spend my money and my time in Thailand. Go and enjoy. Thailand is cheaper.
Do they have like so if you're traveling and then you pack a game, is that allowed? Do you have to pay for screen to play game and stuff like that?
They have game rooms if you want,
Like
if that's what you want.
like
Like,
play
The
FIFA
X
and stuff.
the Xbox is there for you to play.
yeah, they have game rooms. They have all those things. Like they've thought about it well. It's a well executed
Yeah.
adventure, blah 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 thing package.
Yep.
I'll
All
just
I think
right.
play. I love it.
people that like cruise. Those that don't like it don't like it.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. If it's your
Because
thing,
there
it's
are
your thing.
people that have retired. They are on cruise for like maybe
There were a
nine
lot of
months just
old people on it. Yes,
traveling
like
around.
old people like that kind of thing.
They
It's
love it.
very old people friendly, children friendly as well. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. People like us don't tire.
All right. Meanwhile, we've used the first half to talk about our experiences and both parties and whatnot.
Mm.
It's
I know
both
that
parties.
most people don't like to talk about resolutions and you know because most times we fail. But I feel like the new year is always an opportunity to restart, to recharge and recalibrate. Like
Mm.
it just gives you something. Personally, I always feel gingered and fired up in the new year. It's like another opportunity to try and strive for greatness. So, and I notice it with many people. You go to the gym, you see the gym will be full new year. So it's good. Like it has its positivities. And that's the problem. They drop off once, like Daniel's comment. They drop off once and they feel like, oh, I've failed my New Year's resolution. I might as well not try
Yeah.
anymore. You will surely fail, but it's just for you to continue to try and do again. And always, this is me preaching, always do recommend or propose a resolution that is achievable. Now, I've seen on social media where people will be saying, oh, if you just wake up and make your bed, that's enough. Like, why would you set that as a goal? Like,
To
it
make
just
your bed.
means, yeah, like it's like you've given up on life. Like, how would you say your new resolution is to make my bed every day? Now, this is not me judging. I'm just saying that you can set bigger goals. Like, and then, like they say, if you shoot for the stars and you miss, you land on the moon, right? What'd you say? Exactly. You shoot for the moon, you land on the stars, whichever way it works. But if you aim high and at least you don't get to that height, you still get somewhere.
Mm.
It's better than not aiming at all. Some people are claiming
Definitely.
that
Mm.
their wisdom is coming from them. Rather, my wisdom is
This
coming from them. Anywho, I
I'm
think
on
I
it.
want to do something interesting, whereas
Mm.
predictions for 2025, like we can see the trajectory of where the world is going. We've seen things that worked in 2024. We're seeing trends now, 2025. And I personally feel like this year will be interesting. And the first sign that I saw that it was going to be a sweet year was Burna Boy and Cubana Chief Priest. When we started the year with that kind of drama, I'm like, okay, we're gingered. They didn't even wait for, okay, after 2 days, no, started it hot. And I know
Coming in
it's
hot.
potentially going to be part of Praise's segment, so
I'm
we
just
will
laughing.
park it. We'll park it, and we will address it when we come to your segment. Emmanuel, quickly, right? I feel like this might be your own segments to shine. What do you think
Shine.
as our trends will be trends in 2025?
Trends in 2025.
It's
Uh,
guesswork. Nobody has the
guesswork,
answers.
guesswork. Okay. Trends. What would be the trend? I think okay, I'll give two aspects. I'll go with politics, one, and then second I'll go with tech. So with politically, I think what's going to happen in 2025 is with with Trump winning in America, right? I kind of suspect that the world now, the rest of the world, will start tilting towards voting more conservative leaders. That's what I think is going to happen. And if that happens, then I think there will be a lot of economic growth. In 2025, there'll be economic growth. Everything will become cheap, I suspect, because of AI. Obviously, everything. It's going to make our lives easier and then make things. Trump will make people like politics again. Of course. Let me pin that one for him. So I think yeah, and so so politically, I think that's what's going to happen with Trump winning. We'll be entertained, as Daniel said, and then most countries will tilt towards being more conservative and then try to grow. Technology-wise, I think our jobs are at high risk. If if your job is anything that involves information, retrieving information, I believe that there's a big problem there. It includes me also. I don't know if does it include Matthew. What's your job actually?
I don't even know. I wake up in the morning and I wonder, what do I do at work?
So, anyways, yeah. So I think that people who are in a field where they can think broadly and are easily adaptable, for example, project managers, right? I feel like those people will become in high, will become like there'll be more demand for jobs like that. Project managers, business analysts, what do you call these other people? All these consulting roles would become more economically viable for people to tilt in those directions. If you're a lawyer, if you're, we need to have a presentation where everybody will put slides and show what they do at work. Almost some of us like email with they send to.
Though we've had this conversation before. Adam, I think Adam has mentioned this when we all gather, we probably would just talk about, not like we don't know what everybody does for work, but just to make
Guys,
it
No, we,
Adams is
we know
different.
we know
Adams is
people's
email
job
now.
titles, but we don't know what they do at work. Like, what are you actually doing? I know your job title. This one is an engineer, but what aspect of engineering? But anyways, Emmanuel, continue. Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah. I
Daniel.
think last 2024 was like the announcement, right? AI has arrived, and everyone was using ChatGPT and using all these tools. But I don't think people are really trying to master the tools. So, for example, a software developer now, I don't think most of them are trying to master those AI tools that would help them to get replaced or help them stop doing their jobs. Instead, just most of them are still just focused on doing their jobs and thinking this code is so difficult to write. I don't think something else would easily automate it and then write it itself. Because I've spoken to most of them, and I see the same thing with lawyers also, right? Lawyers don't most of them are not actually leveraging this technology. But then it's the easiest to replace. Recently, somebody defended himself in court, and all he did was use an AI agent to defend himself, and he won the case. So he did not need a lawyer. So obviously, there's a business there already that says build an AI agent for family law or something, and then use that. People will hire it and go to court. So that's one aspect. Other aspect is writing code. Sales, for example, most sales jobs, we know that those ones would also vanish. And then going to all the labor intensive jobs like Uber Eats, um, all these delivery things, right? All of them would vanish also. Taxis would vanish. So by the time you look at where we're heading to um, in the next say 5 to 6 or 10 years, no company can actually plan for the next 5 years because you don't know what AI would be doing in the next 2 years. It could literally bring your business to zero. So I think we're at that point where if every single thing you're doing is not in alignment with integrating AI to some part of your life or your career or anything you do, then the advice I would have for you is take all your money. It sounds very bad. And go and buy crypto and just be rich in the next maybe 6 or 7 months. And then if you lose your job, you can actually have something to fall back to. That's what I think is going to happen. And you don't need to buy crypto, right? You could buy any AI stock, any company that's doing something related to AI. The easiest AI bet is Tesla. Honestly, that's the easiest bet, I think. I think Tesla is going to really take off and become a very, very big company based off of what they're doing and where it's headed with robotics. That's what I think. So even if you are scared of stuff like crypto and all that stuff, I think if you want to have a very, very good AI bet, go and buy Tesla stock. Tesla company could literally go to $10 trillion from where it is now. Because if you look at where the world is headed with automation, right? Everything we think of automating. Remember how we talked about disability jobs, right? And we said that, oh, that's the only job that can be replaced. Well, guess what? Tesla making robots that, that will do those jobs better than human beings. So even housemaids would not exist because you can buy a robot from Tesla and use it in your house. And I can rent your robot to use.
Mhm.
So with but like, just to round it up anyway,
Yeah.
what I think it sounds very scary when you think about it. But if you look at it in the grand scheme of things, I think it would now give human beings time to actually live like human beings because everything will become easy, life will be cheap, everything will be automated. Clients go beat those robots. Exactly, and the robots will not beat them back. That's the difference. They won't get angry. There will be incident reports that robots did this to clients. But anyways, I think if everybody is honest with themselves on this call, I believe that at some point in time, you've looked at your 9 to 5 job and then how we live in this world, and you've said, hold on, are we supposed to live like this, right? From just hustling around the clock and then at the end of the year, you take 2 weeks off. I don't think that's how human beings are supposed to live. And I believe that with what AI and all these robotics and automations coming into play, I think it's going to make life very easy for people and make things very cheap. And human beings would have to work less. So I think first we'll have the joblessness phase. It would pass, and then life would balance up, and people would actually live better. I don't know when that happens, but I think that's where we're headed. But there'll be pain in between where people become very poor and lose their jobs and they become confused. Um, any questions?
No, so
That
man,
was
me,
it.
I
That was
like it. It's like
that was a very, very solid presentation. Well done. I'm
like
just happy
and
that your internet did not freeze and you were actually very clear.
I like the prediction, and I am inclined to agree with your prediction. However, I feel like we will revolt against most of these things. You know how, most people are proposing that AI will do this, humanoid robots will take jobs, the tasks that we don't want to do. But knowing human beings, we always find a way to create problems and complications.
Mm.
So when people now no longer have things to do, they are bored, they will now start to create problems. So it's true, you now start to create things like, oh, things to worry about. And this is a bold call, so, and it's my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You see how in the Western world, like in America, because things were so good, they now started worrying about gender and all those, some small things. It's not small, but some things that in Africa, people who have not eaten cannot afford to worry
Mm.
about. So I feel like these things, as much as they are positive, they will eventually bring forth problems that we cannot even, like people like us will be looking at like, why is this even a problem? Why is this something that we are arguing about and talking about? But anyways, let's be positive. We will see. Now for the fans' favorite segment, trashy news, powered by Alhaji X to the ZA, their daddy.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity once again.
Say that
Yeah,
once
to
again.
bring
And
honestly because
wait,
I had the
sorry, before you
opportunity
start,
earlier.
then this is what I'm thinking. I think we should bring your segment forward. What do you reckon? We start with your
Yes.
segment and then, yeah,
And
I
then we
mean,
can elaborate on it.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I'm easy. I mean, we still have time to just elaborate anyway.
We have
So
15
like
minutes.
I said before, 30 December was good, very, very good. And one of the things that Nigerians community really talked about in regards to 30 December, we're just a few people, Burna Boy, Davido, Wiz, and because these guys they came with so much money, they came with so much cars. Burna Boy literally was buying cars every 2 nights. Davido was buying cars, Wiz was buying cars, so they were buying lots of cars, and the fans loved it. So they will be comparing Burna Boy's garage to Wizkid's garage, Burna Boy's entourage to Wizkid's entourage to Davido's entourage. It was just the three of them, basically. So this December was just evolving around these three stars. Guess what? Burna Boy did not roll with no African girl. He flew in an American singer by name Kilbelly, and beautiful Smalley. I think she's 26, 25, and then she's big. She's big in the state. She's signed to Beyonce's level, and then fans love that, people love that. So there was a rumor going around, like what's going on? Are they dating? Are they not dating? And then two of them were always fine in this, romantic, very chemistry kind of, lifestyle. Burna Boy is showing her off, going to the clubs, they not kissing, but almost kissing kind of, So paparazzis were everywhere, and she was happy,
Frolicking.
and then fans didn't really like that very much, especially the Nigerian female fans did not really like that because tell me why, African girls are streaming your song and then you're flying in, an American girl. How dare you, Burna Boy? How dare you? So like, are we calendars? You know what I mean? Like, are we hangouts? Who are we to you? You know what I mean? So, so there was all these things going on, but the girl was popping. Things was going on, like all the big um Instagram pages that carries all the celebrity news was always carrying her news, and then guess what? Her Instagram follower just hit like that because Nigerians they followed her, they wanted to know what's going on, and she had fun. So that was one
Nigerian
part,
men.
honestly. That was one part, and Wiz, no, it's rumored that Wiz's wife was pregnant, and his wife just gave birth yesterday or today to a baby girl.
Wait, does he
Congratulations,
have a
Wiz.
wife?
Has a girlfriend apparently that has got
Okay, girlfriend.
I think two or three of his kids. So yeah, so we may actually
Almost wife.
we
Yeah.
just call her a partner anyway. So he wasn't really seen with any woman. What Wiz was doing was just having fun with guys and just shutting down shows, and before dating December, he had something with the back and forth tweeting and stuff like that. So Wiz was obviously rolling with his own gang. David was rolling with his own gang. And the funny thing is that all of these guys, three of them, they performed on one stage, and all of them killed it. You know what I mean? So, so that synergy,
I'm
like,
curious,
mm,
right? It was the UBA events that they all performed at, right? Who
yeah, that
who
one, and then it was
closed
I
the
think
show?
Gifty Bank or so.
Who closed the show? Who performed last?
That's another thing. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure. But they both killed it. Like there was no negative vibe or comment, and then there was no fight. There was a lot of respect there. It wasn't one show. I think it was three or four shows that all of them performed, at a particular one, which was good. But the one that fans didn't really like was when Burna Boy was performing at a particular show, and then a fan jumped on stage, and I don't know what the fan did, and Burna Boy just kicked the guy.
He stepped
Yeah,
on the guy
Burna Boy
for
don't
that
use,
clip.
Boy don't use throat play. He kicked the guy for throat. fans didn't like that at all. They were just roasting Bona. How dare you? You don't have respect for Nigerian fans. This sort of thing has happened before in some whether it was in Europe or America or so, and he called this guy upstage, not in Nigeria. When this kind of thing happened overseas, he called this fan that came on stage, and then he gave him shout out, hugged him, and all of that. So why did you not reciprocate that here? Why are you treating your Nigerian audience like this? So Burna Boy, so there was a lot of backlash. Burna Boy went on Twitter and he tweeted, "Look, man, I've got PTSD. I don't like people running on my stage, blah 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 blah." And people were like, "Did you just started having PTSD yesterday? How about that year?" You know. So after like some days or some hours, Burna Boy just all of a sudden, boom, tsunami on Chief Priest, calling Chief Priest as a man. I don't know what happened. I don't even know what triggered that, right? Calling Chief Priest as a man, that. And guess what? Chief Priest just responded and then said like, your Grammy that you had was a bend down Grammy with oil, and just kind of just making fun of Bona's Grammy. I just aligned Bona's Grammy and efforts to what's going on with P Diddy. We all know what's going on with P Diddy. I don't want to go into detail, and that didn't really go well. So fans, just because of what Burna Boy did, fans were just supporting Cubana, and Burna Boy had to respond. So Burna Boy responded. So when Burna Boy responded, Cubana Chief Priest Down brought all 2020 or 2018 videos when Burna Boy had already been in the industry, but that was his struggling phase. We all knew. So apparently Burna Boy performed at his birthday. He paid Burna 1 million, and so he brought the video. And Burna Boy said something in that video. He said, "Make men chop this cake now. Again, make men chop this cake." That voice is heavy on TikTok now. So people are using that to trend. If you go on comment, people are using "make men chop this one, make men chop this." So if you post video and then maybe anything, so they could kind of just use that line, "Make men again, make men chop this, make men chop this." So that's trending. And Burna Boy responded, and Burna Boy now said, "Look, I don't know what he did, but while this was happening, some woman, no, he did something to one guy. Okay, yeah. So just clapping back. So they were all clapping and clapping. So Burna Boy clapped back at CP. So CP is Chief Priest. Some years ago or some months ago, CP's cousin had come online and said that he is struggling. Because CP obviously there's money. So there's this thing that he says, money na water. So this guy says he's CP's cousin and he's been struggling. He repairs phone, he's a singer. And he's been trying to reach CP. CP is not giving him face and all of that. Again, CP did not say anything. So Burna Boy now tweeted that video. He said he's looking for that guy. He's going to give that guy $30,000. The guy resurfaced. Burna Boy gave him $30,000. Fans now jumped on Burna again. Like, Burna Boy, you are CP's family
Helper.
Messiah. Because
Goodness
CP
graciously.
CP said this guy is not my cousin. It's not my brother. But again, CP is calling Davido's wife my sister. He is calling a few people my sister. So now people are saying this guy is your cousin actually, and you've denied him. And these other guys that are not even related to you, you are calling them your sister. What's going on? What's the yardstick? Before you know it, someone else from Kenya came out and said that she is CP's baby mama. She has bet CP's son. CP is not doing anything. CP is absolutely just absent and all of that. So Burna said he will now give this lady a job. He will now train this guy. Burna, apparently, he's got a football academy and all of that in Nigeria. He's gonna make this guy play for him and blah 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 blah. So fans were with Burna Boy. People are happy with Burna Boy. So now people are saying that Burna Boy won the fight, just as Drake lost to Kendrick. So there's just All this comparison, yeah, and there, yeah, and there, yeah, and there, yeah, and there. But
But
that's
I
just
have a question
Nigerian
on Prince.
news. That before you ask your question, let me just finish my statement. So that's just in Nigeria. That's just the biggest thing that has happened during this 30 December time. But if we want to go international, so you guys are basketball fan. So Drake Hall and Sharks, they are kicking it. Dwayne, Daniel should obviously know Dwayne. Adams, you should know about the gist.
Dwight Howard.
So yeah, Dwight Howard. So him and Sharks, they are kicking it. They are not just happy. I don't know what happened. He has been saying that Sharks has been jealous of him. I don't know. Like Sharks has been in the game for like years. The Sharks that we know, he always criticizes young players. You know, Sharks is like Mikelobi, for example. So Mikelobi, regardless of how good or how bad you are, after the game, he will jump on his podcast, criticize you. If you did well, praise you and all that. So that's what I think Sharks does for basketball as an ambassador. So Sharks has been giving his 2 cents, 50 cents, 10 cents, whatever cents. And this guy's not happy. So this guy said this guy has been, so Dwayne said this guy has been jealous. And he went on podcast and he said, Sharks, I'm tired. If you want to throw hands, let's throw hands. And we've never seen this guy throw hands before. We've seen Sharks throw hands, and Sharks is pretty solid. You know what I mean? So,
But Sharks
so
is
Sharks,
older.
but then again, but he moves well. He moves very, very well, you know? And then Sharks says, look, you are dead to me. Shaq told him you are dead to me. Hashtag don't ever call my name again. Hashtag this one time. You know all those fights where then they put hashtag they tell you their mind. So yeah, and that's just been going. I don't know, but that to me, this is the first time that I've actually just seen Sharks not happy because the Sharks that we know is like Snoop. He's always a very happy, bubbling guy. He wants to do everything right. But yeah, so that's sad. And I'm just gonna close my segment with Drake and LeBron. Apparently, Drake and
Ah,
LeBron, we all know some is going on. Some Drake is cooking. Drake is cooking. You know, we all know these guys have been good mates. You know, they've spent summer together. You know, big on family. And Drake released a diss track on YouTube, not on his page. You know, on his I think one of the guys that works with him, and then that got deleted. That got deleted. They now posted. So someone else that works with Drake as I think is video director now posted it online on Instagram, and he did not actually mention LeBron, but France added one or two. In that this song, he mentioned something about you are not visiting my son like pediatrics and something like that. And Drake had drawn LeBron's image like a tattoo on his shoulder and just so he was just rapping and talking about those sort of things, and he was very upset that LeBron had gone to Kendrick's pop out. Remember that pop out that Kendrick did? He was very upset that LeBron went there and he unfollowed LeBron and he unfollowed LeBron on Instagram, and he was very upset. Why would you go? We are friends and you know what's going on. And then LeBron is always rapping Kendrick's song. On his birthday, LeBron was just going hard on Kendrick's song. He did not like that very much. So Drake is not obviously happy with LeBron right now, and he's just been releasing songs. So people are like, "What's going on? Like, why are you so heartbroken? Why are you rapping on these sort of things? Like from Kendrick now to LeBron. Like."
We've spoken
So that
about
was
this
what
thing
was going on.
before. I,
Yeah.
I don't get it when friends people will be like, oh, because I'm quarreling with this person, you should also fight with that person. No, I disagree. But anyways, continue. Drake is behaving like like all those women. My enemy must be your enemy.
yeah, it's woman
That's
behavior.
very petty behavior.
But
Causing
I
problems.
understand Drake's point of view, because if someone is your homeboy, you've spent summer with this guy, you guys have spent time. Like, he has been LeBron's friend since when LeBron was not even playing for Lakers. He had drawn LeBron on him like a tattoo. It's
Did
just
LeBron ask him to?
that's the thing.
But
But
but wait, Prince, make I
but
ask
that's
you one
love.
question. Let me ask you something right now. Say you and Emmanuel, you are Chelsea fans, right? If you people go to watch Chelsea game together, and then somehow they don't let you in the stadium. They say you're banned from Chelsea Stadium. Would you expect Emmanuel to not continue following Chelsea games? Or would you say because Chelsea has hurt you, Emmanuel should discard Chelsea as your guy in solidarity with you?
I,
To share
you
solidarity.
know that Chelsea wouldn't make sense to use in this
It's the same
very.
thing because LeBron listens to both Drake and Kendrick. However, Drake and Guy, they had a personal relationship, but good music is good music. This comes to where you separate the person and their art.
I wouldn't, because that song that Drake was, like LeBron was obviously rapping to, was Drake's diss. You
But the
cannot
song's
be,
sweet.
but not like us. That's just about Drake. You cannot be doing that. If I'm your guy,
Okay,
Adamu, I'm your guy. You know, you're a musician, right? And everybody knows that I'm your guy. I'm a musician too. You know, and then another musician is dissing me, mentions my name. You will be my guy. You go that guy's show. Go they jump, they dance to that very song when na me then this. I post that. I no be say I posted it. How you go feel? Come on. Aside
Drake
from
has
Drake,
Drake has every right to be
aside
angry.
from Drake being a superstar, he is human. He was hot,
It's
and
not even about being.
he has sued Universal too,
It's
because
not
he
about.
thinks that Universal
It's not
milked
even
the whole thing.
about being human. Self. LeBron was just being an asshole if he did that. Like,
He did it now. Like even
come
on his
on.
birthday,
No,
a
but you
couple days
see that
ago, he was just
that's
rapping
where
No,
to
Adams,
he was
that's
rapping
asshole
to
behavior.
no. Wait, let me give you my point, right?
Yeah.
When Drake was fighting with Kendrick, he did not consult LeBron. He go
Mm.
fight your own fight. Now you fought your fight, you lose the battle fair and square. You lost, so you are not being sad that you lost. Instead of you to focus on your loss and go and up your game, your pen game, and become a better rapper, you're now
Mm.
looking at people to fight with, blaming other people for your loss. That's lack of accountability.
Okay, let's do this. So we
That's
know
that's not
Nicki,
a good.
we
That's not
know.
a good
Okay, that's
example.
not a say Nicki Minaj,
That's
for example,
not.
and Drake. They've come a long way. Lil Wayne and Drake, Birdman and Drake. These guys are friends. You cannot expect them to go and be, even if they vibe to Kendrick Lamar, that will be off camera. You cannot be expecting them to on their camera and be vibing, to Kendrick, and then they will post it online. That's not how it is. So
So I think
he should not have gone for that pop out, no matter
the
what.
question is not even about going for the pop out self. Even if you went there, that's not very bad to be honest, right? He's a celeb. Both of them are celebrities. There could be any reason, a million reasons for going there. You've gone there, it's fine. It's you can explain that part, but the part where you vibe to the song, you can also even explain that one also, to be honest. But the one that you now took the clip and posted it on Instagram or wherever he posted it, it's that one now that I'm like, okay, you are out to draw blood now at this point. Because posting it on Instagram is of no use except to make the problem
This,
bigger than it already
yeah,
is. That's it.
I
There's no positive outcome
he went there
from
with his
that.
entire family. Even his little girl was just rapping. So they've talked about Uncle Drake.
And
So we're gonna mess this guy up.
I suspect that maybe because the black community may not really like Drake and they might have pressured LeBron to pick sides. I don't know. I just think that they've put LeBron in a tight situation where it's like he has to actually do something on both sides. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I'm very sure that black people don't like Drake that much.
No, they don't like.
The
Let
rap
me let me
community.
let me let's bring it to us
You know,
because we can't think.
number one is just because he's Canadian. America and Canada, I don't know what's going on there. Even Donald Trump is calling Canada a state now. He's calling their prime minister a governor.
No, because
Like,
he wants to buy part of Canada to America now.
he wants to get you that. He said once he gets Canada, their tax bracket will go down. And Canadian likes that. They want their
Yeah.
tax
He
bracket
wants
to
to
come down.
integrate Canada to America as one
Like,
country.
how
His
insulting.
son has already gone to inspect though. You think he's joking? His
I
son
guess
has gone
what?
to inspect.
And there's this guy, what's his name? Gary, I mean, whatever. I think that he wanted to become a prime minister, or he's one of those big politicians that's not a prime minister, or that was a prime minister in Canada, I think. And then he tweeted something. He said Canada will never be part of the Snow White, whatever. And then guess what? Guess who replied him?
Elon
Elon Musk
Musk.
replied him and called him girl.
So
He
he
said,
said,
"Hi,
no,
girl."
it's
Like
it's
better GI.
the prime minister that posted it, and then Elon Musk responded and said, "Hi girl, blah 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 blah."
As
And then
in,
there's another
so
one again.
petty.
They announced that the prime minister announced that he's going to resign. Then he now said something about Trump. He was like, Canada will not do X, Y, Z, blah 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 with Trump. Then Elon Musk now responded to him. I was like, dude, we don't care about what you say anymore. Like, you're going. Nobody cares. And I'm like, why are these guys going at each other like this?
As in, I high level politics, and it's crazy.
You know this?
I love the energy. I love the
You
energy
know
that
that
this
the
brings.
guy from Shark Tank, what's his name? Mr. Wonderful or something. I don't know. What's his name from Shark Tank?
Yeah, I know
You
Mr.
know him, right?
Wonderful. Yeah.
So he's Canadian.
Hmm.
Guess what? The idea of merging Canada with America, he said that actually he likes the idea and he's going to discuss it with Trump. And then he's trying to see how it can actually happen. That he doesn't see any reason why Canada is not part of America up till now. That it's going to strengthen both countries. So it's very possible that something might happen, but it wouldn't be the whole Canada. I think it's just one part they're trying to merge into America, and the people there are happy to do it. So if Trump should push hard, and then he now said they should put that Mexico is not supposed to be a country.
No, the
It's
Gulf of
going for
Mexico. It's gotta change to the
the
Gulf of
Gulf
No,
of
America.
Mexico.
what would the benefits be of merging that part of Canada to US? What's the benefit to the US?
Everything that US citizens are
All the
enjoying, and that's what they're enjoying
tariffs,
now.
everything,
All
right?
the
So
things
now
you
you don't
change.
tax anything coming from there now. Both countries
Mm.
don't tax each other. It will just be like free trade now. You'll be like buying American products. So that's the
Okay.
advantage. And then instead,
Mm.
geographically, because of Russia and China, they will now be protected by America because it's closer to America. So China cannot encroach and all that kind of stuff. So that's part of the reason why. And then Mr. Wonderful wants to buy TikTok.
It doesn't have the money. She can't sit down.
No, he's not him. He wants to get people together, then they'll buy TikTok, not with his
TikTok is
money.
big. TikTok is not cheap. That's
But
a
and
lot
it's
of
just
money.
TikTok America they want to buy.
Elon Musk can buy TikTok if he wants to.
Yeah, but
But
Elon Musk is becoming a problem now too. See, all these guys are the same at the end of the day, last.
Wow.
When you give them too much power, then they show their color and then they start behaving
because
however they feel like.
I don't know, these guys that are super rich, this is their fun. Just going at each other, that's what they love.
It
Yes,
keeps them alive. It's
yes.
exciting.
Yes, he retweets everything. Elon Musk I don't know the time that he has. He retweets everything. He replies to comments.
I don't know how that guy is working. Like, look at me now. I'm barely awake. I want to go and sleep, and I have maybe just one job. He's running several billion-dollar companies, and he still has time to fight on Twitter.
It doesn't mean nothing. It doesn't mean nothing. Like, he loves it. And
Elon Musk.
I just came to this conclusion that that's just what they do, man. That's just fun for him. Just replying people and reading comments.
I think he's going to be among top 10 most famous or popular people in the world. Most known
Top
people.
10.
That
Yeah.
ever lived. That ever
No,
lived.
like currently alive. Like, who are the top 10 in your opinion? Most popular people alive. Like everybody we know in any country.
Elon Musk is
Definitely,
among.
Elon Musk is among. Definitely, the royals in England.
No. Prince
They
Charles?
would be. Yeah.
No. Who
Queen,
knows
the
them
Queen.
in Africa? The Queen is dead now.
But I mean, it's still that
Okay, the
caliber,
monarchy.
whatever it's called. The monarchy, that's what
yeah.
the royals.
Okay,
So
yeah.
definitely them. I don't think anybody from Australia, they don't care about us.
Who else is popular?
The Russian president.
No.
No.
Nobody thinks about Vladimir
Are you
Putin.
serious?
I feel like
Nobody
maybe
does.
Donald
How
Trump.
about North Korea?
No. These are people that it's just politics that makes them a bit popular. Nothing again now.
No, just Google, man.
Like-
Okay, like someone like footballers here, like Messi, for example, Ronaldo.
Yes, it would be Messi,
those ones.
Ronaldo, Trump, Elon Musk,
And
maybe The Rock.
Andrew Tate.
Andrew
Tate
Tate, now
is not worldwide.
nobody talks
not
about him
worldwide.
like that anymore.
I don't think
But
any
Tate is
basketball. I don't think
he's
any
contesting
basketballer
for Prime Minister of UK.
Andrew Tate.
Tate is coming out to contest.
Was he not from Romania?
Yeah.
Is he not Romanian?
No, he's from UK actually. UK born.
Interesting.
He's contesting
Is he
for Prime Minister.
He's back on social media.
No, he's on others. He's not on Instagram, but he's on Twitter and other social media platforms.
Mm.
So I cannot even say it on Instagram before they block this channel.
Just use code. Just talk for Pigeon. There are a lot of things that we have been saying that we shouldn't be saying. I'm gonna talk to us. We
It's
should
like
be coding a lot of things.
because it's child stuff, and Australia they don't mess with all that kind of
Mm,
stuff. So I rather
mm,
just shut the
mm,
fuck up.
mm, mm, mm.
Mm. Well, some very sick stuff happening there that I believe that if you say it to people, they will say it's a lie. Like it's too sick to believe that it's happening. Like
Who's
that's
doing
how
it?
bad it is. It's the government. Funny enough,
All
like
these
it's
conspiracy theories.
exactly Adams. It's that bad that it sounds like a conspiracy theory. That's the problem. Okay, Adams. Let me give you one example. Right, this one is a very basic one. When Trump was running for election last year, that he lost to Joe Biden. There was this scandal that time on the New York Post posted a tweet and said that Joe Biden's son's laptop, he went to repair it in a repair shop. I think I've told you the story
No,
before, right? He went to
no,
repair
boss.
it somewhere.
Mhm.
And then when he went to repair it, the repair guy fixed the laptop, but Joe Biden's son would not pay for the laptop. Long story short, repair guy starts going through the laptop and then he starts to see pictures of Joe Biden's son doing some nasty shit with people and all that stuff. And then starts seeing all this evidence about some sick stuff that the family is doing. Then the New York Post gets a hold of this whole thing and then they post it on Twitter. The tweet gets deleted because it was 2 weeks to the election and it would destroy Joe Biden's chances of winning. Now, when the post was taken down, the FBI went and took the computer from the guy's shop. So this whole story now was only on Twitter, right? It wasn't anywhere. And then if you say it out to someone, they'll say it's a lie. They don't believe you. It sounds like a conspiracy theory. And the whole story, if you dig deeper, it just gets worse and sounds more bizarre. Because it's like, why would the president's son do all these things, right? Have his laptop there, doesn't pay for it, the guy is jacking in for the money, and eventually FBI sees it. They ask the FBI, nobody can find the laptop. The whole story is weird. Anyways, it turns out now that the story is true. They brought the laptop, they brought the pictures out, they've done everything. So the dad is no longer president. What does he do? He gives his son a pardon for any crime the son has committed in the last 10 years. You see? Gives him a presidential pardon. So you can't charge him for anything he has done in the last 10 years, which covers all the crimes they have on the laptop.
Mm.
Okay, then we now go and now say, okay, let's now take it one step further now. Remember those doctors during that thing that happened that time that came out and said that thing was not what we thought it was? Remember? They
Mm.
banned them from YouTube, Twitter, and everywhere, right? Remember that Facebook was deleting all those posts of people saying anything that wasn't in line with what the news channels were saying. Remember?
Mm.
And then they said that Twitter had all the anti, there posting whatever they wanted. So now and again, it turns out all the anti whatever they were posting on Twitter turns out to be true. You know how we know? Because CNN fired some of their reporters. So those reporters now, because they sacked them, can speak freely. They're now validating all these claims. Up to the point that when Joe Rogan said that there was this horse thing, that it's not a horse drug, but I'm just using horse drug. You can use it and then it will treat you, heal you. They said it was a lie. The same CNN host comes out to say it's true. Now, Zuckerberg, right, owner of Facebook, as Trump has won the election, what does he do? Zuckerberg goes and recruits the what's this guy, UFC guy, to the board of Facebook. He recruits like 4 other people, and everyone is looking like, what the heck is this guy doing? But what he's actually then after that, he now goes to Mar-a-Lago to visit Trump. Then he now comes online and announces that Facebook is now a free speech platform.
Yeah, I
And then
wanted to
he
say
has
that. Yeah.
gotten rid of all the fact checkers on Facebook. So all the fact checkers now are gone, right? So if those guys were doing the right thing, why has he gotten rid of them? Do you get? He hired this UFC guy that everybody likes. Now you can associate Zuckerberg with that UFC guy who is
Is it
So,
Dana White?
yes, he's on the
mm,
board of Facebook now, who is pro free speech and
mm,
is Trump's friend. Are you
friend.
seeing?
Because even Trump reposted it. Trump reposted it today, a bit today or
Yes,
yesterday, and said that that's very good. Trump really likes it. So it's
yes,
just gonna be like how Twitter is
exactly.
rolling now, free speech.
So The question now I have is, if Trump did not win, would Zuckerberg do all these things he did if Kamala was the president?
Mm.
So if the average human being could see all these things happen, what else are they hiding from us? What are the other things that we don't even know about that they're hiding? Because basic stuff, I think most of them sound like conspiracies, guy. But I'm like, how are all these things happening? And everyone is looking like, oh, they just don't care. So, anyways, but basically, what Zuckerberg has done now, he's just made the right move with the right people. Because Elon Musk has Trump's ears now. Twitter is Facebook's competitor. And then he's gotten this UFC guy. This UFC guy is loved by almost everybody on the other side, including he was in Trump's campaign team, right?
Mm.
So he now has Trump's ears through that guy, which makes perfect sense. And yeah, so it's not conspiracy. But the thing I said that
Because
is
even
happening
because
in UK,
even that UFC guy, I want to believe that he was the one that spoke during Trump's inauguration.
he's the one.
Yeah, the
He's
guy,
the
yeah,
one.
a
So even the UFC
very
guy,
stand-up guy, yeah.
even the UFC guy, have you guys seen the clip where they said that they should demonetize Twitter by going after the people that advertise on Twitter? So all the companies, big companies, the government to go after those companies and force them to stop advertising on Twitter. Maybe give them fines or just make fuck with their businesses. Every company is breaking the laws one way or another. You pick that thing and ruin the company. Elon Musk now said, fuck you, fuck your money, blah, 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 on live TV. They're intervening. They did the same thing with the UFC guy. And they told him, there was something they said to him. I don't know if you guys have seen the clip, but they were trying to tell him that there's things that can't be said and done on UFC, blah, 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 blah. And it said the same thing live on TV. It said, all of you should fuck off. You can't come and tell me how to run my business, what to say and what not to say. It's free. Like, it's a free place that you can't come and try to control it. So if they try to control all these people and Trump did not win the election, what do you think would have happened to all these other guys that were on Trump's side? So they went all in.
Will be arrested. Yeah, they would have been arrested. Good.
Like literally, they said arrest Musk. That's what they said. They
I
said
remember
arrest
when they were
him.
talking about it. Yes.
Yeah. Because
Meanwhile,
even this guy said that he will come after Elon Musk. Kamala Harris said it, and then Joe Biden said it too. So they went all in because they knew if they lost, that's what's gonna happen. But anyway,
politics makes me
we
sleepy.
just gotta pack the bus.
Chelsea will.
Drive to a
All
close.
right now.
All right, people of God, welcome back to the new year. We're back again next week. This was to shake off the skills, warm up our, holiday fats,
Yes, sir.
and then next week we come back ready.
Definitely. Thank you so much for joining,
gingered.
guys. I see you next.